Hi, everybody, and welcome to the BAAR Crawl reunion.
You did it too!
We're getting the band back together.
We're getting the band back together. In an episode called Death's Cold Laughter, because Twitch terms wouldn't let me call it Dead Man's Laughter for some reason. So.
I want to know the story behind that rule.
Dead manslaughter would work.
How am I just noticing that now? Oh my god.
It was... I wonder if I... Anyway. Because, I mean, that is the joke, but... last time...
That would explain. Sorry.
BAAR Crawl teamed up with Homebrewed and went through Old Worm's house, dealing with some creepy spiders with gross little hands, who were not very nice, and created some sort of death maze that Hava negotiated with them that if they successfully went through the maze, they would get eaten. So that was good work. And then you all just decided to fight them. So you beat them up, you X-Men your way across the maze, cheating, bunch of cheaters. And you encountered Osterneth the Bronze, acted faster than her, and you way outnumbered her. You plunged a dagger into a plinth, and she ran away to the plane of ash, and nobody followed her because gross. You guys all then had a victory celebration, which Vinnie left early. So,
For reasons.
We'll get to what Vinnie is doing in 1 second. What do the rest of you do kind of as the party is wrapping up? And you've probably at this point, you didn't notice Vinnie leave, but now, I mean, kind of as it's wrapping up and you're all like, oh, good job, everybody. You do for sure notice that your companion is missing.
His apron is still there, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It was left in the kitchen. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Folded.
Something like that.
And are
Neatly
Homebrewed
folded.
still with us?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, because I think they, live there
They
now.
kind of live here now.
Oh, right. With us?
I think
Oh,
that
okay.
we kind of are bunking out of the Sorens currently.
Yeah, I don't think you
that's
were
right.
invited to live here. I mean,
That's right.
there's
We don't
four
really
of you,
have them.
and you could probably overpower Old Worm if you really wanted to.
No, I don't want to. I like Homebrewed.
His house is anyway.
At the end of the party, I guess, Storm may be bantering with Hava, as things seem to be sort of in a bantery way with the two of us at the close of last episode. But I also think he would probably want to know where everybody is, so he would notice that Vinny's not around. So look around for him.
Okay. You look around and you see no evidence that Vinny has been here for maybe an hour or so.
Okay, but we find his apron in the kitchen.
Find his apron, and I think he might have left a little note that he received.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
It says, "We have located the coins -M."
I
Can you leave the note? I don't
consult with my companions as to what this could possibly mean and how we could possibly follow up on it. I mean, we could just wait for him to come back.
Yeah, it kind of
give
sounds
the
like
guy
some
space.
sounds like some Vinnie bullshit to me.
Right. Just want to make sure he's okay,
Well, it doesn't seem like there was a scuffle or anything, and knowing him, if he had been in any kind of trouble, there would have been a scuffle.
Do you remember anything about any coins?
I honestly never paid attention to what he was saying most of the time, so I'm out of ideas.
Bless you, Nella. Cotty, bless you. Okay.
I want to say Victor.
Well, are his family members still around? Like Granny and the squad? Were they hanging with us too, or no?
Not with you guys here, but you do know where they are. Where Vinnie recruited them from, so you could go to that location.
Right. I guess I'm interested in doing that.
Okay.
If anyone wants to come with.
Yeah, sure.
Fine.
And this is the evening or early morning or
Evening. Sun's setting. Streets are looking real long, kind of the shadows of buildings. It's a nice time to walk around Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of turning to like sepia tone a little bit.
The gloaming is happening.
Is starting to.
Yeah, it's
beautiful. When the cracks between the worlds are at their thinnest during the day.
Jazz is playing somewhere.
Yeah, there's a saxophonist somewhere. Yeah, okay, so we go to Casa del Chesterfield.
Okay.
The laundromat.
Right. The laundromat.
Yeah, laundromat. Something's being laundered there. Though I feel like that's probably less important with coins than with dollar bills. But you guys head over there. Vinnie, you have torn your way through this hideout, and you have dealt with the people you sought to deal with, kind of finding the specific ones that you were looking for, the ones that were there and participated in the raid that started you on all of this. And in your hands, you have what you have determined to be the leader, kind of, and you recognize them as the kind of the hit squad leader that hit you guys up many months ago, and you have singled them out and dealt with all their cronies, so it's just you and them. It's a tall man, a scarred face, kind of shaved head, Jason Statham-y looking. Yeah.
I'm going to grab him, or I'm assuming I'm already grabbing him by the shirt. I feel like that was the first thing I did. And I'm going to push him up against his desk, and I'm going to ask to his face, getting it real close, do you remember?
Remember what, kid? I've done a lot.
That's what I fucking thought. And then immediately, dagger comes out right in the throat.
Okay. And he kind of chokes. Maybe you would have been worth remembering. And he kind of slumps over.
Don't know how he talks for the dagger in his throat, but I'll give him that.
Bubbly.
That is quite impressive.
And as you do, as he hits the ground, you feel cold mist surround you.
Wait a second. Have we felt this mist before?
Yeah, briefly at the end of the last adventure.
I kind of turned to Charles. I'm like, come on!
And the four of you, as you walk, or the remaining three of you, as you walk down the street, and you can see the Chesterfield laundromat, mist pours down the avenue and consumes all of you. I haven't gotten to say that in a while, and it's great.
And we just go, what are we, homebrewed?
Yeah.
What? That's Bane.
Okay. You're probably wondering how we got here. Fucking mists.
If possible, Vinnie, if possible, before the mists take him, Vinnie will set the base on fire.
Okay, just kind of lob an alchemist fire.
Absolutely.
Hey, hashtag not all mists, man.
But hashtag definitely these mists.
Definitely these mists.
Vinnie, you are reunited with your companions, and Charles Jr. kind of is scrabbling up the ground to catch up to you guys. He seems to, or like you guys kind of came in a little bit separated from each other, and Charles Jr., seeing your friends, kind of scrabbles up to them and looks at you and looks at them.
Vinnie has blood all over his shirt and a dagger in his hand. It's just, I can explain.
Butcher's convention.
Was dealing with some very important backstory stuff.
You still have that meat hook.
It's true.
I hand Vinny a handkerchief to wipe off his blade, and pat him on the back, and say, "What's happening with these mists?"
I mean, can I roll an Arcana check on that?
Sure. It's.
Can I make like a general perception check to see what's going on around us?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
15.
That is a 26 on my Arcana check.
26.
I rolled my thesis on this.
Perception. 15. Okay. So, for the Arcana check, the mists of Ravenloft are not a well-documented phenomenon. However, you do know there are rumors and such about mists taking... They tend to be folklorish, but it's mists taking people and disappearing people, essentially. They often do not return. And if they do return, they are usually mentally fractured in a way that implies something terrible happened to them while away. So you do not, but you do get the sense, especially with that check, that you are no longer on the prime material plane. You are somewhere else. With a 15 perception check, Mote, you were kind of on a fairly plain-looking field. There's a couple trees scattered, and your draw distance is like a mile before mists surround it. And you were at the base of a hill, and on top of the hill, you see a massive age-worn castle, with a little town in its walls. The whole edifice seems to be crumbling. It's blackened stone, riddled by years of rain, and encrusted with clinging vines. And then, in addition, in the outskirts, there are small hamlets and farms and kind of thatched roofs are gray-green with moss. And generally worn down and gloomy is what you would say.
Any lightning bolts and Scooby-Doo screams?
Oh, for sure Scooby-Doo scream, but the sky is mostly clear.
Oh, okay.
Or at least not ominous clouds. It's kind of generic gray cloud cover.
Storm slides his lute to the front on his strap, and he starts playing a counter charm just to keep us upbeat and, our own selves, hopefully. So, just deedly deedly dee 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 deedly deedly dee, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So, if I had to guess from what I've studied, we are in Ravenloft right now. Not a great place. I will be straight with you. There's a chance that these mists have kidnapped us and that we will never return. But okay, no, there's no but.
Mote, what do you think? You're the planar expert.
When the mists take people, it's not necessarily like a planar thing. Like I couldn't detect the portal or anything, could I?
No, not really, because there aren't traditional portals to the demi-plane of dread.
That's kind of what I thought, that it was all Dreadlord magic bullshit.
Yeah, it's either Dreadlords or dark powers that bring people, or it might be random. The myths are complicated, but they aren't traditional portals.
Yeah.
There are no known portals to or from the demi-plane of dread.
Can't you tell we're not on the prime material, though? Or?
For sure.
I feel like Mote would try and do it anyway, because it's like, we're not in Faerun anymore. So, I'll go ahead and do my portal lore to try and...
Yeah, you kind of focus up and send out your senses, and you don't sense any portals, but you do get that creeping feeling you are no longer on the prime material plane.
Okay. So I'll kind of let the party know that, like, not really picking up any portals, but I can tell you for sure we're not on the prime material plane anymore.
Okay. So, Ravenloft, question mark?
Have I heard of this place? I wonder. I've studied. Not likely. 9.
No, and to be clear, Vinnie, you've probably never heard the term Raven.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You just have heard of, like, general, like, mists taking people and then them either not coming back or, like, coming back crazy.
Messed up.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not metagaming.
Okay. And the castle, does it have colors that are obvious, like sort of banners or?
It does. It has a fairly generic kind of red, a faded red banners that have a crown and scepter. Although you would describe the scepter as looking more like a jester's scepter than a proper, like, kingly scepter.
You mean like it's got a little head on it?
Yeah, like a little head and bells.
Right. Huh. The Lord of Misrule, perhaps.
Can I do my primeval awareness just real quick?
Sure.
So I can sense within a mile of us, because we're not in one of my... We're, like, in flatlands, so we're not in mountain.
Right.
I can sense aberrations, celestials, dragons, fae, fiend, or undead. And it doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
One second, sorry.
No problem. Just, we're in a new space, so Mote's kind of just, like, putting out all the feelers, like...
Activating the radar.
Yeah. See if Spidey sense starts tingling.
Yeah, there is an undead. You would say up the hill. It's hard to tell where up there, but it's in the castle or the castle town.
Don't like that. Well, I can tell that there's at least an undead up somewhere in the castle-y area.
Whoa. My favorite.
Yeah. Mine too.
Let's and you said there was, like, Scooby-Doo screams? Do we hear, like, suffering?
You guys aren't properly close enough to the town to hear kind of their how they're vocalizing their dismay, but the town itself looks very dismal.
I see. Okay. Well, should we explore, friends? What do you say?
Yeah. Might as well while we're here.
Okay. Are we interested in fitting in or being ourselves?
I mean, I kind of turn to Charles, and then I kind of look back at him and shrug.
Oh, you could get an aerial reconnaissance, couldn't you?
I suppose I could, yeah. I would like to do that.
Okay.
I would like to get on Charles and do a quick flyover, see if there's anything between us and the castle town.
Let's see. There are scattered little hamlets and farms, as I said. As you get up higher, this is clearly some kind of pig muck town. Like, they raise a lot of livestock here because it stinks. And in the castle's shadow, the castle town itself is very squalid looking. And you can see there is a merchant quarter that is an open marketplace that has a bunch of tents and canopies in it. And that area in particular has a heavy guard presence.
I'm going to sort of go back down and hover next to the party and tell them it's not really anything out of the ordinary. Aside from the guards in the merchant town, there doesn't even seem to be many people armed. It's just, big farmers.
Did anybody see you? Did you see anybody see you?
I mean, there was nobody pointing and going, "Oh my God, he's got a metal dragon," which, to be honest, is a little surprising, but
Nobody shot any arrows at you or anything?
no arrows. I was pretty high, though.
Maybe you shouldn't fly under the influence. But anyway, is there a road?
Mm-hmm.
Should we follow the path, stick to the path, stay off the moors, that sort of thing, or?
Sure. I'm down for that.
Okay. Great. I'll take point and keep an eye out and keep playing this counter charm.
Okay.
As sort of a underscoring to what we're doing.
I'll take up the rear to kind of keep an eye out on the back side of us.
Okay.
And Vinnie will sort of hover a little bit over the group.
Ooh.
On his jargon.
Green Goblin style.
I mean, sure, why not?
That's the image I have in my mind anyway.
Okay. So you guys walk up the town, and as you do, can I get perception or insight checks from everyone, please?
Ooh. That's a 5. That's not very good.
Ooh.
How
many rerolls do we have?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me double check.
Not that I need one or anything, I do.
13, I think you said?
We have 17 because we got another donation last night.
Oh,
great.
Oh, thank you, people. I'm going to use a 1.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So
You can burn another.
Vinnie
You got a lot more.
I got 15 for
Okay.
both.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I
for
got-
stars.
I got a 21 for
Ooh.
perception.
Yeah, of course.
I got
Nella is
12
Nella.
for both.
Vinnie, this town, it doesn't take a lot of insight or perception to know, well, these people are miserable, and this pig smell, can we get some not pig smell? Like, you think cities
will
smell
start.
bad. This is terrible.
Then he's going to take out like some perfume from his alchemist satchel, kind of spritz it.
Just every 5 feet in front of him.
Yeah, basically.
Someone's going to think you're like a sample person at Macy's spraying people with perfume.
Mote, no, Nella and Storm of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
You both notice that as you are walking, the group is getting a lot of eyes and kind of people start to shuffle away from them. And Nella, specifically, you notice a lot of people are making eyes at Storm of Stars and his singing.
Yeah, I knew it.
And it's not like a good thing. It's like,
No.
oh.
And you can see that a couple of them are gesturing at guards and kind of like surreptitiously like pointing at you guys.
Nella will try to like poke Storm on the shoulder and be like, "You might want to cool it with the music, bud. I think this town is footloose. They don't like music."
Well, all right. Do you think there's some professional envy going on? That only the Jester King can play music or something?
Probably. I don't want to, force you to stop, but I'd rather not want to go to jail too soon. We just got here.
It's not so bad.
Right. Well, I will stop for now on your advice. So I slide my lute back, and but I keep humming the tune, the counter charm tune, to myself.
Okay.
And to my allies.
Does it change anything?
I'm fresh up my whiskers, and I straighten up.
You're getting less looks from people far away, but as you are passing by individuals, they are still kind of looking at you with trepidation and fear.
Are they afraid of me, or are they afraid because of what I'm doing? Do I think with a 15, or should I re-roll for another check?
You think it is something you are doing that they are afraid of.
Okay, so I stop singing for a moment,
Okay.
and then keep moving, and do I still get that vibe?
Nope.
Okay. Noted. I will refrain from singing and save it for a special occasion. Great. And so we're coming, like, are we continuing like up the hill into like the approach of the base of the castle, or
yes.
Okay. And the guards looking at us, or
they are still keeping an eye on you. And with Nella's very high score, you notice that they kind of, in addition to the ones like that you are naturally passing and they are looking at you, there always seems to be a couple behind you kind of refreshing like a watch behind you kind of thing. So it's not always the same guys, but there's always 2 or 3 guards following you, and then they'll switch off with other guards and kind of make sure you're being watched at all times.
I would like to look back at them and give them a scowl, and then Charles will also look back at them and give them a scowl, and his eyes are red now.
Okay.
Can I make an intimidation check to get them to mind their business? And would that be advantage since Charles is technically also doing it, or?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Can I take a reroll?
Sure.
Oh dear. That is a 13.
Okay. The guards seem as if you were to say, mind your own business, and kind of glare at them. They kind of resolutely look at you like you are our business and kind of keep on you guys.
Well, so much for antagonizing local law enforcement.
Oh man. I love antagonizing local law enforcement.
start singing.
I mean, I don't do singing. Except when I cook. And when I wash dishes, shower. So, okay, I guess I do singing.
But water has to be involved.
Yeah.
It starts to rain, right? Okay.
Okay.
So, should we? Pardon me, and I turn to the nearest person. What is the nearest person like here?
You turn to a young woman, very skinny, kind of sallow eyes and look on her face, and she says, "Oh, may I help you? Ha ha ha."
Hello, my name is Storm of the Stars. Pardon me. I don't wish to disturb you, but my friends and I are new here, and we're wondering if you could tell us about your town, and if you could tell us about how things are here. Would you mind? I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
She says, things are great. Can't talk right now. Ha, ha, ha. And then she'll kind of scare you away.
Ha, ha, ha. Huh. I wonder if that has to do with the Jester. What do you guys think?
Seems incredibly normal to me.
We need to talk about your definition of normal.
Right.
Look, with all due respect, not a lot of things are normal around here or in Neverwinter.
Yeah. No
This
one's
would go
noticing Vinnie's blood all over him. No one's commenting on that. Singing is a problem, but being blood spattered.
Yeah. They probably think he's some kind of butcher.
Right. He is.
I do have a meat hook and like a couple of knives on me, so.
But you left your apron. You left your apron
It's
behind.
true.
Here's your apron. I give it back to him.
Thank you.
I used it to follow your smell. Sorry, it's a dog joke. It's bad humor. Knowles, you're fine.
As the lady kind of scuttles away, from her direction, a couple guardsmen finally approach you, and they say, "Please come with us." Ha, ha, ha.
Where are we going?
You are under arrest. Ha, ha, ha.
For what?
Under arrest.
You have broken our only law. Ha, ha, ha. The laughing law. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
He understands.
I'm sorry. We're new in town. What is this law?
You continue to break it in our presence. Ha, ha, ha. Ignorance is no defense. Ha,
Ha ha ha.
ha.
Ha 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 ha.
That's also funny because technically ignorance is a legal defense.
I don't know. Not here.
Yeah.
Should really write your law on the door if you want people to follow. Anyway.
You will take us to your leader, ha ha ha, and you will not arrest us, ha ha ha. And they need to make saving throws. Suggestion, please.
Okay.
And spell save DC is 15.
Okay. And then his wisdom.
Yes.
Get my guard stats. Oh, right. They're not good at anything. Okay. They're perfectly generic. One of them will succeed with a straight 17, and the other one will fail and kind of start to, well, we should take them to the king, ha, ha, ha. And the other one says, yes, that is the plan, ha, ha, ha. Kind of hits him.
Ha ha ha. We're coming with you. Ha 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 ha.
Finally getting
I'm
it.
starting to understand the
Ha
humor.
ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
I
I'm gonna
will...
ha 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 ha. My counter charm is now in ha melody.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I'll sort of tap Charles and he'll go like a robotic laugh, like ha ha ha.
Metal Dragon's the only one who gets it. Ha ha ha. And they'll kind of get a series of guardsmen to walk you guys up to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Okay. A kind of elder guardsman in battle-scarred armor walks up to you and asks for your weapons, ha ha ha, and implements, ha ha ha.
I give him my knives, and I give him technically all of my weapons.
Okay. And he will
But not my alchemist satchel or anything like that.
clamp manacles onto your wrist and ankles.
Wait, what?
Clamp. You're
I'm
under arrest.
flying.
Ha-ha.
Oh, shit. Nah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Not a fan of these. If you could take them off now, that'd be real good. Ha ha ha. Your joke's not funny.
You have broken our law again. Ha ha ha. They will say. He will say. Only the king can decide if you will be let free. Ha ha ha.
You will not manacle us. Wisdom saving throw.
He will fail.
Okay. Does he unmanacle Vin or no?
Well, that's not what your suggestion said. So he will not manacle the other three of you.
Okay.
Hooray.
This is kind of
I've got a.
Might not be
Track
the
my
worst way that this can.
Well, exactly. I'm just saying. I'd rather keep my hands free and my stuff. So, for now, 2. All right.
Okay. So you guys are taken to a throne room, and upon a huge wooden throne slouches a tired old king who seems to almost swim in his robes.
Mm-hmm.
At his side, perched upon a rambling extension of the throne, crouches a jester. The jester is short and gaunt, dressed very traditional jestery. Curly-toed boots, red tights, bunch of pantaloons, a colorful tunic, star collar, and a floppy hat with a bell. As you are marched into the throne room, his leering gaze fixes upon you, and the dry rattle of his laugh echoes through the chamber.
Like an actual laugh?
Yes, he is actually laughing as opposed to that kind of ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Very humorous.
The guards push you forward down the crimson carpet, and the leader, bowing to the king, calls out solemnly, "Your Royal Majesty, these miscreants have refused to obey your laughing law. Ha ha ha." The king does not move to respond. The jester instead answers.
"Oh, think ourselves above the laughing law, do we? Think ourselves equal of Jester Puncharon and King Duardon, eh?"
Ha ha ha, no.
Kind of glare at you.
I'm actually just here to show you my juggling act. I will. Ha 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 ha. I was hoping that you could take these manacles off. I have this amazing act where I juggle these bottles that have liquid in them. It's really funny. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. It's very funny.
Oh, that's if they try to. He'll say,
I'm not. Doesn't sound very impressive.
Oh, that's the appeal, ha ha ha, because it doesn't sound very impressive, ha ha ha, and yet that's the joke. It is, ha ha ha.
You truly have to see it to believe it, ha ha ha.
Well, I don't.
The cat is very good when you're acting out this kind of villain. Get the Dr. Claw vibe.
Yeah, I don't have a big fluffy one, but he says
That's nothing. I'm the only entertainment this town needs. You ever hear the one about a woodsman who needed to make a fire? So he went to chop some wood, and he couldn't find any trees thicker than his leg. So he chopped and chopped and chopped. He finally returned to the camp to make the fire, but the leg just wouldn't burn.
Ha ha ha.
everyone make wisdom saving throws.
No.
Just,
Oh, no.
Doing the counter charm. Natural 20.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Is this a charm effect?
Because I've been doing counter charm.
Woo!
There it is.
It is not a charm effect.
I'm just wondering if it would work on my robot or not.
It will not work on your robot.
Okay.
Can I get a reroll? Because I rolled a 1.
Sure.
It's not much better.
I'm going to 10 you. You can take another one. We've got a lot of them.
No, it's fine.
I'm in a position where I know this will not succeed, but it's also not that bad. I got a 14.
14? Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got a clean natural 20.
Ooh. And
I got a 12.
Okay. Nella and Vinnie, you fall onto the ground and uncontrollably start laughing.
Oh no, I knew it.
I need some water.
Alright, so if I dispel magic, will that work on this?
It will.
Alright, I'm gonna do that, please.
Is this the first time we've ever heard Nella laughing?
That's...
I mean, probably not in it's probably the first clean laughter, not like in derision or anything.
Oh, nice. It's sort of a beautiful moment.
The king kind of, as you cast dispel magic on your companions, the king had also started wheezingly start laughing, and a robed individual standing next to the throne will walk over to him and cast dispel magic on him.
Am I getting undead vibes from this king?
Would you like to use primeval awareness again?
Yes.
There is an undead in this room. It is hard to tell if it is the king or the jester.
Ooh. Cur.
I'm gonna whisper to Storm and say, "Whenever you're ready, boss."
Are you still manacled?
Yeah,
he
I'm
is
still manacled, but I also do have a metal dragon. I just want to point that out.
And during Vinnie's turn, he has enough acid still on him that he could break his manacles and still command his dragon. So at most he'd be out for like a round.
Okay.
Or he also has thieves' tools. Don't you have thieves' tools, Vinnie?
I do have thieves' tools, and I do have plus 10 proficiency with them.
So Vinnie would probably only be inconvenienced for a short while by manacles.
Great,
Honestly,
okay,
he's
cool.
the best one of you to get manacled.
Right.
That's why
Absolutely.
I said it might not work out that bad. I figured, like, if nothing else, he's got acid. He could, like...
Yeah.
Right.
I have
the chains, and then he's
I count like 4 different ways to get these off.
Okay, so you know that there's an undead in the room, and you had said to us before there's an undead up in this area. So, okay. Well, the Jester's obviously a hostile, so should we roll initiative, or should we
How dare you?
just do something?
Wait, do the 3 of us still have our weapons? Because they were trying to take
Yes.
our weapons.
They did not end up taking your weapons
Okay,
because
cool.
of Storm of Stars.
Bum,
So,
bum, bum.
And Vinnie doesn't really use weapons anyways, so...
The Jester kind of notices that, and he starts screaming at the guards. Bloody idiots! One job!
While he's doing that, can I get my dragon to bite the manacles off?
Sure. At that point, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
All the guards fall over and start laughing from Tasha's hideous laughter.
Oh my god. Might have backfired on him. 13.
Okay.
18.
Ooh.
Consistent.
Yeah, Mote and Nella, or Mote and Storm before I write Nella's down.
10.
And I have 15.
Okay, perfect.
I'm excited. The band's back together.
I'm gonna sing the whole time I'm fighting this little jerk.
That seems highly appropriate given the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there goes a die. Okay. The Jester will pull out a comically large, like, Joker mallet,
I knew you were gonna say that.
and he'll hit the ground like it's a judge's gavel, and he says,
Now, come to order. You have violated the only sacred law of the land.
You know what's funny is that means there's no law against killing jesters.
well, being fair.
You're a born lawyer, Ben.
Got out on technicality.
That was funny.
You dare defy the law? You dare to send this kingdom back to the times of humorless terror?
And then he will say, we skipped some of this.
If you can answer my riddle, you will be let free. But other than that, meet your doom. I'm a shadow here among you. How can I be slain?
And when he says that, emerging from behind the throne, kind of stretching as if it is from the shadow itself of the throne, is a one-handed, one-eyed lich.
Oh.
And he says,
Face your greatest foe!
Storm of Stars, it is your turn.
Who's that one-armed, one-eyed, shriveled lich? Who's that selfish, shriveled little bitch? It's fucking Vecna.
For the children.
For the children.
Yeah.
Effing Vecna. Okay, I am going to... Yeah, that's Dissonant Whispers on the Jester.
Okay.
So Wisdom save.
Let's see.
I'll cast it as a second level spell.
Okay.
So that's...
The Jester seems to take no damage from your spell. And honestly, as you're casting it, it feels like you can't even target him.
Huh. So he doesn't even take the half damage?
Nope.
Okay. So can I attempt to disbelieve him? Like, does he seem like he's an illusion, maybe?
No, he doesn't seem like he's an illusion.
I can't target him.
No.
I think he's a dreadlord and cheating. He's using wall hacks or god mode or whatever.
But you can target Vecna and the king.
Okay, so does that mean I can redirect my spell as
Sure.
I'm casting it?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think that's
cool.
fair. 'Cause
Thank you. I appreciate that. May I then target good old Vecna?
Sure.
So that's a wisdom save, yeah.
He will critically fail your wisdom save.
Oh, great. Okay, so I think that's... 8d6.
Vecna, known for his low wisdom.
Yeah, he's got +9 to it, but...
So 4d6 psychic damage. Yeah, I think he has to run away.
I believe he does.
He has to run away like a little bitch. All right. Like a little bitch. Sorry, guys. Sorry, kids. Okay.
These kids are
Whoa,
watching.
wow. 3 6s and a 5, dude. 23 points of psychic damage.
Oh, boy.
And he's a scaredy cat.
He'll kind of, pointing at you, he'll start to back away.
Okay, great. Hooray. Bonus action, I'm going to... Who's next? Nella.
I skipped Nella. So,
Oh.
Nella
I was gonna
is
say.
next.
All right, so bonus action, inspiration to Nella.
Okay. And what is your die size now, Storm of Stars?
I was just looking at that. I think it's die 8 now. Inspiration.
Oh.
Let me just verify that with my chart, my book, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Bard. Oh, good old Bard. Here we go. Yeah, die 8 since 5th level.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I flipped these. Nella.
Okay. I'll see what Storm does and shoot the Lich in the face
Okay.
with my bow. Ugh. I guess that's an 18.
It's
Okay.
Vecna.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my one of my new archering special arrows. The burst shot. So he does 2d6 force damage within 10 feet of the target if it hits.
Okay.
I don't know if they have to make a save. The thing's not telling me.
Which kind of arrow is it?
The burst shot,
Burst shot.
or I think it's like a bursting arrow in like the official canon.
Oh, wow. So it
There's
creates
no
like a...
save.
Yeah, they just take damage.
Sweet.
Tight.
That's great.
That is good.
So they take 11 force damage, and then Vecna gets an extra 9 because of the d8 for the arrow.
Okay. And the king howls in pain. Oh, wait,
He's
no.
dead on the inside.
Yeah, no. I'll see he does. So. Okay.
So the king did or didn't howl in pain?
He did. Sorry.
Did he howl in pain when I psychic blasted him too?
Well, you
I thought you
psychic,
said like bastard Vecna.
No.
Vecna.
Oh, sorry. I
but
hit Vecna.
so
You're saying-
because it burst, he took damage.
Oh,
from the
I see.
burst. He was
I
within
see.
enough range.
Okay, cool.
Okay. It is Vecna's turn. He seems to particularly not like Storm of Stars for all this singing.
Wonder why.
Everybody. Mm-hmm.
23 to hit Storm of Stars.
Oh God.
Guess he didn't like you singing.
Yeah, that'll hit me. I think I can try and do. Let's see, a 23 minus 8. That would be the best optimum thing,
It's
but that
15.
would still hit me. Oh, that would hit me exactly. So never mind. I won't do a counter or cutting words. But I might save it for damage.
That's not too bad. Take 8 acid damage as he throws Melf's acid arrow at you.
Oh God, what a jerk. All right, I'll take it. 8?
8.
Yeah, that hurts. Meow. Okay. Seventh level is tougher than.
That was that. That's all he gets to do, right? Yep. Vinnie, it is your turn.
All right. I would like to have Junior bite my chains off, if that's possible. Just use his action to bite the chains.
Okay.
And does he need to roll for that, or?
Roll damage.
Oh, okay.
His damage. He will hit. So,
okay. His bite damage is. That's weird. His talons apparently do more than his bite, so I guess he'll talon them instead. I didn't realize that.
That's probably because of it has the eagle stats, right?
Yeah, there are 2 talons.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's probably why. I mean, if you had like a lizard bite or something, it might be comparable.
Mm-hmm. So that's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage is enough to break the chains.
All right,
Never break the chain.
Never break the chain.
I will mount up and fly towards Vecna, and can I can't believe I'm about to do this to a freaking lich. Can I just smack him in the face with a bottle of acid? Can I get close enough?
Sure.
Do have a fly speed of 80 feet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, how does multi-attack work? Do those attacks have to be made at the same time?
No, because if you had extra attack, you wouldn't have to make it at the same time. So I'll say no.
Okay, then. I guess then Charles can also attack again. So first I'll roll for him. He got bad. He got bad. He got an 8. Pretty sure that doesn't hit a lich.
Nope.
I am going to... Okay, I'd like to re-roll that if possible. I'm not even going to say what that was. Okay, that's much better. I got a 24.
Is a hit.
Awesome. And that deals... Oh, right, I have an upgraded acid now. Oh, geez, I haven't used it. Okay, so that's 46 acid damage plus my strength. That's what we agreed on, right?
Yeah, if you're punching him with the acid, yeah.
Just smacking him right in the face with it. That's not great. That's 8 points of acid damage, 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and I would like to grapple the actual Vecna.
Okay.
It seems like a great idea, guys.
Vecna is grappled.
The actual
Vecna. Do I have to roll for that, or?
Oh, how does Tavern Brawler work?
Athletics check.
Okay.
It's an athletics check. I rolled a dirty 20. A dirty 21.
You are grappling Vecna.
Seems like a great idea, guys. And do I have any movement left on my dragon?
Yeah.
I would like to fly straight up, still holding Vecna.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Vecna will use a legendary action.
Legendary action to what?
Paralyzing touch you. 30 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Take 10 cold damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Surprisingly, I'm proficient in Constitution saving throws. Oh, come on. I'm going to take a reroll. Okay. That is much better. Okay. So 10 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is 24 to save.
You are not paralyzed. Okay.
I'm flying straight. How far do I get upwards if I'm holding back now?
Let's say 30 feet in the air.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Okay. Mote.
Okay. So, is this Jester just not targetable by spells, or like, do I get the sense if I pull out my bow and arrow, I'm not going to be able to really target him either?
Harder to say just based on kind of sight. He looks real. I mean, you're not sure why he couldn't be targeted by Storm of Stars.
Okay. Can I Misty Step over to the king and then pull out my short sword of backstabbing and kind of hold it to his throat and see if it gets any reaction out of the Jester?
To the king's throat?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Does it get any reaction?
The Jester says, "Why do dwarves have names like Fireforge?"
Oh shit!
Because
Bad
they
jokes.
can't spell immolating smelter. Wisdom
I
saving
like that
throw.
one.
Wisdom saving throw.
Everybody or just Mote?
Just Mote.
Oh,
Oh
good.
no!
I would like to take a reroll.
Okay. Jeez, you guys are burning through.
Sorry.
We're fighting a Lich and a Jester.
Ugh.
Mostly a Lich.
A bad joke, Jester.
8.
8. Okay, you fall on the ground laughing.
Oh.
Sorry, counterspell. Can I do that?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, yeah. It's countered.
So I just like.
Thank you. Yeah, I point at my counterspell as I explain why it's not funny.
It's a good joke.
No, it's not. It's terrible. It doesn't add up. You're bad at what you're doing.
The fact that he's a Jester that's not funny, though, is actually kind of funny.
Oh, don't play into it, Vinnie.
Okay, it's the Jester's turn. And he'll kind of look at you, Mote, and say,
I'm a shadow here among you, but how can I be slain? Every shadow has a caster, and I must be the same.
What a jerk this guy is.
Oh, someone's. Oh. And then he's sort of realizing what's going on as he's like fighting off Vecna.
and then he will say, I'm going to use one of these.
What do you call the unfair advantage undead have in an Acropolis? White privilege!
So bad.
Can you please tell me you made these up?
No, some of them are from the adventure, and then I googled bad D&D jokes. Apparently there is a subreddit called DM Dad Jokes.
I love DM Dad. It's hilarious.
Amazing. I need to follow that Reddit now.
Everyone make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, my wisdom saving throw is awful. Okay, well...
I'm fine.
Can I use inspiration for saving throws?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
I was about to remind you that you had it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use a reroll?
Yep.
How many do we have left?
10. You
Probably.
guys have used 7.
Shit.
That's It's so much better though. 17.
Unfortunately, I also need to use one.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to also use... Oh, wait, I don't have inspiration. Shit.
Sorry, dude. We've only had one round.
No, it's fair. I just... Yeah, that's... No, I got a 12, so...
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
So I think I'm okay, right?
Yes. Mote.
I hope.
17.
Okay. Nella.
12.
Oh,
Even
shit.
with the D8? Ooh. Nella falls to the ground. Vinnie, have Charles Jr. make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know if he's... One second, I gotta check the Eagle proficiencies. Because I didn't know if they are actually proficient in any saves. Wait, no, I think the Artificer mount is actually proficient with saves.
With your saves? Or with their own creature type?
Sorry, I was mixing it up with the Ranger's Animal Companion. I don't think the Eagle actually has any saves, so yeah, that's a 15.
Okay. You let go of Vecna, but Charles keeps you flying so you don't plummet 30 feet.
Oh, thank goodness. I wanted to meat hook Vecna.
So is Vecna falling 30 feet?
Yeah, and he will cast Featherfall and land kind of superhero style with his one hand punching
only
the
I
ground.
had used my reaction. If only I could have counterspelled that. And he falls and smashes. But no!
Would have been pretty
To
funny.
save my friend.
Sorry.
No, I'm happy to save my friend. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it is Nella's turn. You are laying on the ground laughing, Nella. But unless you have any way to dispel that, that will be your turn.
Nope.
Okay.
Is she going to save at the end of the turn or no? So she has to take damage or something, right?
The way his work, it just lasts one turn.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm not gonna, because he gets to cast it so much. So yeah. So Storm of Stars, it is your turn.
Okay. Legit. It's legit my turn.
Yes.
So, okay, and the Jester's untargetable. The King's taken some damage. Vecna's taken some. How's Vecna looking? I mean, beyond the obvious. Icky.
He looks. He's not quite bloody, but you guys have done some damage to him.
Okay. All right. What's he wearing?
Hey Vecna, you up? What you wearing?
Hey, Vecna, what you up?
He's wearing black and gray robes with kind of some ridiculous skull necklace. High Doctor Strange collar.
What's the necklace made of?
Looks like bone.
No.
Damn it!
He does not seem to have any metal.
I don't have heat. I don't have heat. Heat, hot bone. Don't have that one. That would be a different kind of spell.
You don't have like bone
Or a
hurting
different
juice?
kind of bard. No.
Hot bone is reserved for the Mulholland 4.
Yes, exactly. Right, second
Hot
syllable
bones.
enhanced. Okay, I will. All right, Vecna. I'm gonna make you into a little chicken. Polymorph.
Okay. What kind of save is polymorph?
That's 15. Spell save.
Oh well. Damn it. He will burn a legendary resistance to succeed that saving throw.
Ugh. Well, that's my 1/4 level spell slot, guys. All right, I tried. So that was my action.
Burn one? That's usually good.
I know. That's good. He already burned. That's just 2, right? Oh, no. Only 1 legendary save. Right. Right. Okay. I will use a bonus action to give inspiration to Vinnie this time.
Maybe just someone who can act this turn.
Oh, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
act. Oh, then I'll give it.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Mote. And I will. Oh, I guess be ready to protect my prone laughing friends.
Okay.
So I will stand over them. Yeah, you're like
I'm flying around.
laughing, right?
Yeah, but safely in the saddle. This thing has seatbelts, so I'm not too worried.
Okay.
So you're really Green Goblin it up.
Okay. Vecna will carve an arcane symbol into the air and point at the ground and ask the three ground-bound folks to make dexterity saving throws.
Earthquake.
No, fireball, but...
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I'm going to ask for a reroll.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gonna run out at this rate.
This is my first one of the thing. Alas, it takes some damage. This is a dex save? Oh, I do
Yes.
have a good dex save, though. 15.
15 is a failure against
Damn it.
Vecna.
Okay.
Okay, that was Storm of Stars. Mote.
Yeah.
24.
4. Mote's good. Nella.
23.
23. Mote, do you have evasion?
Oh,
Is that
you know
something
what?
raging?
I'm sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Just to stop the whole nonsense if I can.
He
I'm going to have to do run.
and just bat guano falls out of his hand, and he's like, "No!"
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Fireball.
Oh.
I had
Alright.
to touch bat poop for this.
It seems like it would be a viable ingredient, right? Okay, so tracking these spell slots.
Okay, that was Vecna. Vinnie is laughing. How does Charles act when you cannot? Does it take like a best action or something?
Okay. Oh, sorry. First of all, it was supposed to roll its own initiative, but I think we talked about that, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, if you don't mind, it's easier to just do them at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I'd actually prefer that because I'm mounting him and whatnot. It says it obeys your orders to the best of its ability, but it acts on its own.
Okay, so I would say that it's going to continue to follow your best orders. So if you wanted to attack Vecna, it can dive and attack Vecna.
All right. It would be really funny to be like, no,
And you're just laughing the whole time.
grab him by the head. Grab him by the head. It'll be real funny. And I'm gonna have him make a talent attack and then grab Vecna's head in his mouth and try to grab him.
Okay.
And just lift him up again.
So yeah, make an athletics check.
To attack or athletics check first?
Make an attack first, and then we'll do an athletics check.
Well, okay, that is a... Charles has a +5, so that is 23.
I think you said 1d3, and I was like, well, that's a weird attack.
No, 23.
23 is a hit.
I thought you said that too.
And that is 12 points of damage again.
Okay.
And with his bite, rather than do damage, he's going to try and lift Vecna up off the ground by the head.
Okay. So make an athletics check. Vecna did not roll very well.
That is a 15.
Successfully grabs Vecna again.
And just lifts him up off the ground.
Okay.
So now he's got the Lich's skull is in his mouth.
Mote, it is your turn.
Okay.
So you have your sword to the throat of this king, who is not reacting in any way. He kind of seems just content to sit there and not
Yeah.
try and defend himself.
But I got another couple of lines out of the Jester out of that.
So he said,
Every shadow must have a caster,
yes.
and I must be the same.
Yes.
Okay.
So he said, I am a shadow here among you. How can I be slain? Every shadow has a caster, and I must be the same.
Didn't you say there was a guy in a hood who walked up and
It was like a guard.
There is a wizard
cast
who is
cast
there
Dispel
to
Magic?
only cast Dispel Magic on the king. He has 1 spell prepared and 85 spell slots.
That's just a lazy wizard, honestly.
He is just following orders to use that
Specialist.
tired defense.
Right.
A really lazy wizard.
I'm gonna stab this king.
Okay,
I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna stab him.
do it.
Okay. Boo. I get 2 attacks at this level, right?
You do.
Okay. So the first one was a 9, which I assume doesn't hit him.
You have inspiration.
It
I
does
do.
not hit him.
Could I use my inspiration to add to
Sure.
that? Oh, snap-a-diddle. So that'll be 16. Does 16 hit him?
16 is a hit.
Cool. Then
Bards.
I do 1d6 plus 3 with that.
Is the king helpless?
No. So you don't get coup de grace or anything like that. Or
Okay.
advantage.
So that's 6 damage, and I would like to planar warrior that for an extra d8.
Okay.
So, boo. 8 damage total.
Okay.
Does your short sword of stabbiness have anything for this? Or
No, because
I-
there's not an ally adjacent.
Hmm.
Okay. Any reaction out of that from the Jester, or
The Jester laughs gleefully. And kind of nods at you like you figured it out. Yeah.
I just feel really gross just stabbing this guy that's just sitting there. Okay. I'll do my second attack on him.
Okay.
I just ooh. 22
Is a hit.
and another 8 damage.
Insight check on the Jester saying that's the right thing to do.
Sure.
Is he leading us astray?
It's a fairly good question.
Damn it. Unless we want to blow a reroll, I have no idea.
We got
You
like
do
8
not-
more.
You do not think he is.
Yeah.
He has a look of earnesty in his eyes that you have not seen from him yet.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Okay. 14.
Same. He.
Dang.
You seem to have discovered the solution to his riddle, and you are enacting the solution to his riddle.
Cool. Don't feel good about it. Gonna stay there though.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have to run into the other room to get something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
The suspense is killing us.
And
What is he getting?
Also, the Lich is killing us.
Is he?
I mean, I'm fine. I haven't taken any
I
damage.
saved us from
Yeah,
getting
I'm fine,
burned
too.
up.
That was very helpful.
Yeah. Oh God. Counterspell, man.
The counterspell is super, super useful.
It's very good. It's very good. It's also good having more than 3 spell slots for a spell you want to use against a creature like this, because they typically only have about 3 legendary resistances.
Yeah.
But I only have 1 4th level spell slot, so my polymorph, I shot my 1. So sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that elemental prince we fought last night only had 3.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh God, I was so jelly. High level fighting, so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be checking it out today. Later.
It was a ton of fun. I've never played a level 15 character before, and I was an illusion wizard.
So fun.
Oh wow! So you can do everything.
I summoned an illusory dragon, and it was awesome.
Cool.
That part I did catch. Actually, it was awesome.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. So, that was Mote's turn. It is the Jester's turn. He will say, he'll kind of nod at you, Mote, and say, yes, you've solved it. Put an end to the plight upon this land. Kill this becrowned man. And then he will look at the rest of you and say, what is the fastest way to get away from a lich? Die! And ask Nella and Storm to make... Oh, and Vinnie to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, God. Hey! I rolled a 19.
That's good.
I rolled a 15.
That is enough to succeed.
Hooray!
See, I'm playing again in the BAAR Crawl, the Task Force Unlikely game later, and I'm thinking to myself, am I going to need these later? But at the same time, I rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep the 3. It's not like I'm doing anything that important right now.
Well, you can still command Charles, which is good. Okay. Nella, it is your turn.
Okay. So, we're killing this king, right?
I mean, we saw a tabard of like a crown and Jester's scepter, and he seemed to be of like equal standing, and he just mentioned like a crowned man.
Vinnie will go, is a Tabaxi wizard a necromancer?
Only people who understand Japanese understand that joke. Neko means cat. And
got it now.
Sorry.
The answer then is probably yes.
I got you, Dan.
Thank you.
But a Tabaxi bard could be a Neko dancer.
Okay. I you know what? That's as good, if not better, than what I did.
It's just a different
Neko dancer. Okay. Anyway.
Neko dancer. So what? Whose turn is it? You're killing that bard. Not the bard. Not the bard.
Don't kill the bard.
Don't kill the bard.
The bard's your friend.
Kill the bard. Sorry. Yeah. I think so. I think we're killing the king.
Mote will Nella emote at Mote or at Nella. Like.
No, right. What are the guards doing while we're attacking these guys?
They're
they
laughing.
They're laughing, yeah.
Right, that's right. Hilarious.
They are ruffling currently.
And pretty much every time... Oh, come on, go. Pretty much every time the Jester tells a joke, the king will kind of sickeningly and gratingly laugh as well. And if he gets too, like, kind of convulsive, the wizard will appear to cast the spell magic. But
But the wizard isn't having a problem with the king getting stabbed in the head or whatever he's being stabbed. Okay. Nella, use your best instincts, I guess.
Then, okay, guess I'm shooting him in the face then.
okay. Shoot that thing in his stupid face.
So that's a 12.
Yeah, hits the king.
Oh no, wait, no. I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah, it's a 12.
Okay.
3 plus 9.
Mhm.
All right. Good. And that's 10 damage.
Okay.
And I forgot. I got another attack.
You do have another attack.
Yay. And that's a 19.
Is a hit.
That's another 8 damage.
The king kind of one last time takes a small breath and lets out a tiny little laugh. And the life from his eyes fade, and beside the king, sinking slowly into dark oblivion, his shadow self, Puncheron the Jester, begins to teeter. The Jester's piercing eyes go dull, and his grating laugh is stilled. He slowly, soundlessly crumples to the floor and begins to seep away into the stone like hot wax. As you watch, the stone beneath him begins to fade, becoming hard-packed earth and then grassy ground. Raising your eyes, you now see a grassy knoll all about you, where the ominous castle once stood. Dusky breezes blow through the tall, dry grass, sifting gently from the forests below. Villagers in the nearby borough begin to emerge from their grimy hovels and peer dazedly toward the knoll. As unaccustomed light grows upon their dingy faces, dirty, weary merchants step from tattered tents and ratty doorways to gaze astounded at you. Then, like the slow approach of rain, laughter, simple and genuine, begins to rise among the people. A handful of villagers bring instruments into the streets and begin playing and singing for joy. Peasant folk flood into the mud-choked lanes, dancing their simple jigs and motioning for you to join them.
And he sheds a single tear.
And as they do, the mists kind of, as you can see, the mists fade from the area around it. They once again rise up your legs and deposit you back in Neverwinter in the laundromat of the Chesterfields.
I'm assuming Vecna's also gone.
Vecna is also gone and was technically never there.
I figured.
Is there anything you all would like to say or do before we wrap up?
I would like to get this shirt laundered because it is covered in the blood of my enemies. Vinnie will go back and put on a different go to the back and get a different shirt.
Done. Anybody else?
So while he's out getting like his shirt, I'm gonna like, okay, group huddle. So are we just not gonna ask him about what that deal was with the shirt and the bloody knife? How do we want to approach this? Storm, you're better at this kind of stuff than I am.
I don't know. I mean, Vin has issues, things to work out, and it seems to me like maybe he worked them out. Maybe we just let him know that we're here for him if he needs our help. I kind of like to respect his privacy, but I also want him to know that if he's in something that maybe is too big, that maybe we can help if he needs it.
Yeah.
Nella, what do you think?
I mean, if it doesn't come back to us, I really don't care. It might be good to undercut it just in case it does. We have to do something to stop it, because I don't really feel like doing anything too crazy.
Just stop the Red Wizard incursion with nothing too crazy, please.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to get involved in like his all gang business, because that's just, I don't know, I just can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, that does sound kind of messy.
Yeah.
maybe they're related.
When Vinnie does come out, he kind of screams haphazardly into the back. Hey, Graham, I'm retiring. And then he takes off his suspenders and his fedora, and he just kind of chucks it into the back room.
So like loose-shirted, not properly held up pants.
He has a
No, I know. I meant
belt.
kind of. You look less put together than you normally do as kind of Vinnie, because you kind of your shirt tucked in. I'm kind of picturing like a big, blacksmith shirt just untucked, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he loosens his tie.
Yeah, you look more peasant-ish than before. Is all I was trying to imply. Not in a bad way. It's just in a less put together way than you normally do.
What's going on, Vinnie? You're retiring from.
Look, I've been doing this for a while. I know I'm not as old as some of the other folks around here, but I don't want to get sucked into this anymore. I've settled the score that I needed to settle, and I think I would be better off pursuing some other career. I will always appreciate is a strong word, but acknowledge what my family has done for me. But I think from now on it would be best that I go it alone, or at least not with them. I was going to go back to school, actually, maybe get my doctorate in alchemy. I don't know if... sorry for running off earlier. I thought that revenge would be satisfying or gratifying or would put an end to some sort of internal struggle, but I don't think it has, and quite frankly, I don't think it can. I think all it's done is maybe get rid of a lot of hate, but I've been thinking, and quite frankly, I gotta fill that spot with something else. I gotta try to accomplish something on my own or whatnot. I don't have any oppositions to maybe going out adventuring with you guys again, but I'm done with the Chesterfields. From now on, it's just Vinnie.
Well, Vinnie, Mote will kind of put a hand on his shoulder, kind of like, oh, proud of him right now, and kind of be like, you know what I always told you about running out ahead of the party without your friends.
Vinnie will just give her a big hug and do a little cry, just a little one.
Storm, puts his forehead on Vin's forehead and maybe gets Mote on it too, so we get three skulls together. And he looks over at Nella, like, "Are you in?"
Nella's just gonna fold her arms and just like stand closer.
Okay.
Charles,
I'm not actively participating. I'm gonna let it happen to me.
Right. Storm's tail just sort of rubs out and just sort of wraps around your shoulder a little bit, like around you, and then he starts purring. He says, "Well, let's go home, Vinnie. You can always bunk with us, and you want to go back to school. I think that's a great idea. We'll support you."
Well, I don't know if that's going to be necessary because I did steal about 900 gold pieces worth of giant jewelry, which for the foreseeable future should be enough to cover my living expenses.
Fine, then you can put us up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean,
Oh, wait, hold on.
kind of turn that around on me. Didn't you?
That's that old Storm charm.
I mean, I guess I can. Was thinking of opening a bakery at some point, but look, I got a lot of plans. I know I can't be doing this anymore. That's the only thing I'm sure of.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I support it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we really do need to take care of those damn red wizards.
Okay, yeah, that's... Shoot, that is probably something we need to get on. Maybe I'll get my doctorate later. That is definitely priority number one.
And, the cult effect.
Okay, look, we're having a moment, Storm. Can we just for just a little bit?
Sure. It's fine.
Leave your job at the office, Storm.
It's more of a vocation, but sure.
Oh my god, you bards, I swear.
Okay. And camera will pan out the door as three of you hug and Nella stands close to you to acknowledge that she technically knows you, but is not participating.
Awesome.
And that's where we'll leave BAAR Crawl.
Charles flies up into the sunset and then curls around, and then the letters "Laughing Dragon Inn" fade into frame.
We'd have like the smoke trail.
Yeah. It turns into the, and Charles is curled around it, and it just turns into the logo that Soup threw.
Charles and Cheapers kind of do like a dance
Awesome.
around each other in the sky.
It's perfect.
Yeah, some anime end credit thing. Storm's walking like this.
Totally.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
Awesome
Just
game,
beautiful.
everybody. So, outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, my name is Daniel, also known as the thug formerly known as Vinnie Chesterfield. Shed a single tear. I am in a few games. First of all, thank you, Andy, for running this, and I'll be back here in about 2 hours and 20 minutes for another episode of Task Force Unlikely, getting used to the new name. Excuse me. And I also am in Horrible Barovia Time on Sundays and Must Be Fate on Saturdays. You can search those on Twitter. My Twitter handle's in the overlay. My Twitch is lightning fast. That's it.
Soup.
Hi, I'm Soup, aka Soupska on Twitter and Instagram. Check me out if you want to see cool artwork. I just put up some doodles of my characters that I played yesterday for our Extra Life streams. So this is it for me for our charity games, but I will be back next week at our normal time for Strike Team Beta.
Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Twitter handle is below Timothy Magic, at Timothy Magic rather. Instagram is at Timothy McCown Reynolds, my full unwieldy name. I am going to be back next week also for Strike Team Beta. I'm very happy to play Storm with everybody today. I'm very happy to be participating in Extra Life. Yes, please do tune in to the next 2 games. 2 more games, kids. Amazing. Led by the ever amazing Andy Hatton. So, hooray, hooray, hooray. Bye-bye.
And Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'll be back a little later. Right now I'm going to go probably let my cat back in the room and then get some dinner. But you can see me then. And follow me on Twitter if you like.
I'm Andy Hatton, at Andy Hatton on Twitter. I will be back here in about an hour and 15 minutes for the Secrets of Skyhorn Lighthouse with Mira, Zom, Shauna, and Dylan. And then at 7 for Task Force Unlikely with Mira, Jay, Daniel, and Liz. And make sure to visit our Extra Life page, extra-life.org/participant/Laughing Dragon Inn. Thank you everyone who has donated. Thank you everyone who has tuned in. I love and appreciate all of you, and have a great not night because it's not quite night, afternoon and evening. Woo.
Woo!